goodness. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Let's do it.
Guys, 2022. Off to a great start.
It's a little warmer in here now, I think.
It is.
It's heating up in here.
I don't think that's accurate. It's actually very cold at this building here. But it is a winner's lounge.
Yes.
Do you guys know who the king is of this winner's lounge? The king of this kingdom.
The king of the north?
The tiniest king of all kings, Facundo Campazzo. Guys, shouts to Argentina. The game got done a little bit early, so I know it's like probably 1 o'clock or something. It's very late, but not as late as usual, and thank God, because Argentina is going to show out in the house tonight as Facu Campazzo completely dominates the Houston Rockets. Completely dominates them. Puts on a show. Puts on a highlight reel. This gave us so much fun, honestly. It was the story, number 1, 2, and 3. But first, let me introduce my crew here. I've got in the checkered shirt. It's Harrison.
You're going to hate on my shirt in
plaid.
back-to-back shows. The pre and the post-game shirt. My shirt gets held out.
I said it was gangster. Looks like you should be driving like a what is
El Camino?
No, like a Cadillac. You should be in a
I
Cadillac.
don't want to drive a Cadillac.
Well, then you need to take off that shirt. Over here, I got D-line.
Today was the most happy I've ever seen Brendan Vogt in my entire life.
Dude, this is an underrated story. He's not joking, actually. Today, easily Brendan Vogt's favorite game that's ever happened.
It's so true. We saw Brendan on his birthday. He was sad, introspective, remorseful. Today, Facu Campazzo having a banner game sent him into a new stratosphere. He wrestled the post-game interview rights away from Harrison so he could talk to Facu.
It's so true. It's so true. Over here, Superstar Dev.
No, it was actually great to see Vogt that happen. He was going through hypothetical things in his life that could compare to it. And in there, I'm sure he said, like, marriage. Like the day that he proposed or something like that.
He described to us. He's like, when I look back, it'll be the 2 greatest days of my life: the day I got married and this game. And he's not married, so this is the
best day of his life.
At this point, this is the best day of his life. Yeah.
Well, it was a great day. To his credit, it was a fantastic day. 2022 off to a roaring start here as Facu Campazzo. Yes, Facu Campazzo tonight. 22 points, 12 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 steals. And it felt like more than 5, to be honest. He is the tiny king of the game. What the hell is this, Kale? Did you put the crown on his ass? What the hell is that? Well,
what's happening here?
That was a choice.
Oh my
poor
God.
Facu. Oh, poor Facu.
One of 2 pictures of Facu.
Okay. All right. Not a lot of photo options here. 4 assists on there, not pictured. 5 steals. 5 steals. And here's the actually
Also not pictured.
I was gonna say 2 block shots. 2 block shots.
Which he got in the first 5 minutes of the game tonight.
So let's go through. What is the most impressive singular stat on the stat sheet tonight for Facu Campazzo?
I mean, the 2 blocks are wild. Somehow he actually gets blocks. Like, it's not like Facu goes the whole season with 0 blocks.
Yeah.
He'll get a block, like a game here, a game there. He's had 2 blocks in a game before, but just for a player his size to get 2 blocks is crazy.
I have it. I have what the best thing on the stat sheet is today. He had 3 nutmegs in the same game. In the same game. Who tries that multiple times?
What's funny is he actually went for 2 nutmegs in a row that both turned into kick balls.
Yeah.
And it's so he does it once, the guy kicks it, and he's like, gonna try it again. Just gonna keep going for it.
Like, then that's when I knew that this was gonna be a game like that for him. He didn't have one regular pass. I truly don't think so. Like,
No,
he's going between the legs.
He rarely does.
He's like trying to zip it through like with people in the way. He's doing backwards pay. He's doing everything behind the back. We've seen the full Facu package today, and it was from the start. It was like when the game was close. It wasn't like he was just doing that as the front runner. He did that when the game was close and when they were down.
One of his first plays in the game was a through the legs pass that went out of bounds, so the Nuggets were down like 10. I was like, Facu, what the hell are you doing?
It doesn't matter if the Nuggets are up 20 or down 20. He's going to try the same ridiculous passes.
Yeah, it was great. There's nothing quite like Facu getting like that first taste of success and being like, you know what? Fuck it. And then he just went for it, and it just kept working out. It got better and better and better.
There was an interview with Facu that was like in Argentina, he translated or whatever, where he was asked about his fancy passing, and it's like, in this level, like I almost like he can't relax. Like he's got to be more focused, so he can't do that. It's hard to be that loose because a turnover, you get in trouble, you get benched for. And he played like tonight like he didn't care.
Yeah.
I'll say like Houston Rockets not a good team. Nuggets approached this game with zero respect.
And it was too much.
And it was still way too much respect that they approached this game with. Yeah, he was incredible. Another one. What was yours, by the way, Dev? Best stat. Oh, you had the nutmegs.
The nutmegs.
Yeah. So we have.
It's the assist. There was how many goddamn assists?
12.
Like 12. My God.
One
Ridiculous.
short of a career high, I think.
I honestly see we also have a different part of Facu that we love here. I think it's the 5 steals because I feel like 5, the stat guy was screwing him. There was 10. He had so many plays where it's like he poked the ball or did something or else, man.
8 deflections.
Only 8 deflections. Even that one surprises me. But 8 deflections, 5 steals. He was everywhere. And it's funny. This was not a great game. You know, like this. And
as a game.
As a game and just as an impress. Like if you transported somebody from 1991, to forward, you're like, here's basketball. They'd be like, man, the league really sucks these days. What's going on with these guys? But so it wasn't a good one, but it doesn't matter. He was absolutely dominant. Here's another stat for you, Harrison. Plus 19, a team high.
Yeah. Well, I think that speaks to the fact that he just dominated the game tonight. He controlled the entire game in a way that a Nuggets point guard really hasn't since Jamal Murray last did that. Like from quarter 1 to quarter 4, Facu dictated everything that happened in this game tonight. He controlled the pace, the flow. He got up and down. Denver played at a pretty good pace tonight, I think partly because of him.
2022 is wild.
Yeah.
It's really wild.
He was just so in control of the game tonight, and I really feel like he dominated. He dominated the game.
One of the things we talked about heading into the game for the pregame show was Facu was going to play 40 minutes today. I mean, he didn't play 40 minutes, but he was close. He led the game in
minutes. Yeah.
In minutes, but also it was the plus minus. If there's one player that can play the entirety of the game at the same pace without any type of slowing down or any type of ups or downs, it's Facu. He's full of energy. He's out there just doing everything that he wants to do. He controlled Houston's, not only the Nuggets pace, but Houston's pace. He's forcing guys to go at him. He's begging you to put him in ISO situations. He's setting up for the deflections and the pass because guys are coming after him and he knows it and he's just ready for it. So that was that was an incredible Facu game. It truly was.
He's averaging 22 points in 2022.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, honestly, when we met with our resident witch, Ariana,
Sure.
Facu was the reverse magician, right?
Yep.
Only one, or I can't remember. He was opposite of everyone else, and it's like, man, why is he the reverse when everyone else is normal?
It was the new year.
That's what I was going to get.
knew it.
You knew exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what it meant, is that it had to flip, and it just flipped, and here we are.
Maybe.
Is this, I'm trying to interpret the cards here as we go, guys. I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah, he was fantastic tonight. I mean, he really was. Well, the funny thing about tonight is he honestly had 4 or 5 horrible plays.
Yeah.
Horrible play. I mentioned the through the legs pass that went out of bounds, so Denver gets a turnover when they're down a lot. Horrible one. Oh man, look at this close up. Okay, let's not do that. Let's keep the let's keep the far away shot. Let's keep the close ups over here. We'll keep the far shot here. We have to get the maybe turn the lights down a little. I'm so distracted. No, he had some really horrendous plays, and it doesn't matter. It's the good plays were 10-1s tonight. That's how everything he did was loud.
Dude, the way Facu had a great game is because we were laughing the entire game.
Yeah.
The thing about Facu is he's the type of player where he just has to take risks. That's just what gets him going. That's what gets his juices flowing. That's what gets him engaged in a game. Just him taking risks, him making some bad passes and be like, okay, maybe I don't have that exact pass in my bag tonight, but maybe I'm going to try this one.
But he needs to be sure he doesn't have it.
That's the kind of stuff that just gets him locked in.
I think you might. Honestly, there's something to this. This is like the guys that love to fight and they put themselves in a ridiculously dangerous situation. You're like, you have to do this, don't you? I just need to get my adrenaline going.
It's the way he plays, man. It's the way he's played his entire life. It's the way he's played at the highest level in Europe.
Don't you know, based jumpers, people that do parachuting and stuff, that is how they are. They get addicted to adrenaline junkies, so you're just it is adrenaline junkie. Yeah. I have a buddy that's like this in his play. He has plane and does all the skydive 3 times a day. He'll skydive, and it's exactly how it is. Aaron Gordon made his return tonight. 16 points tonight, 7 of 15 shooting, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Did a little bit of everything. Only a +2, but I thought it was great to see him out there, and I actually thought he was really solid tonight, using his size, using his strength, getting to the rim. Him and Jason Tate were having that really was defensive end versus tight end battle. Man. 2 absolute units barreling their ways to the basket.
Yeah, I love the fact that he came back and he looked more athletic. Like those finishes at the rim, he just wasn't doing that. Like, so maybe it was just like a refresher for him. But he's getting to where he wants to get to, and then also he's finishing above the rim. There was a lot of times that he would just seal his guy because he was just stronger than him, and he'll go up for a finish. But also there was times that you didn't think he was going to be able to get to his spots, and he got exactly there. Also, there's a sense of comfort when he's on the floor with Jokic because he just knows where his guy's going to be. He knows exactly, where to put him, and he'll throw it there. There was a few that, Jokic like might have threw a little too far, but I think that he's just comfortable having him out there. So the Nuggets just look more relaxed when he's on the floor, and you got to see that tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad. Like that, I was struck by that too. Like the time he took off, they didn't rush him back.
Right.
And he did. He looked like we saw a reverse dunk. We saw like Aaron Gordon's like full bag, like him after a whistle, still like insisting on just yamming it down like as hard as he can. Yeah. And what is this? Is this now a 3-game win streak for the Denver Nuggets?
It is a 3-game win streak, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great. Like they got to shut him down and allow him to get fully healthy, and did not skip a beat.
That's one of the themes I would say from this game, because the other guy that I think is looking better over these last couple games is Will Barton. And tonight, I actually look at the stats. I was kind of surprised by him. Only 5 of 12 shooting and only 1 of 6 from 3. I felt like I saw him hit more than 1 3. He must have had a long 2 in there. But even he is looking more just bouncy, just more springy. And we saw both of those guys kind of reduce their athleticism a little bit. And it just goes to show you, man, 82 games, so long. And I do think Denver may be having more of the long view this year about these guys are healthy. They're just such better players.
Right. And when you get those two guys back tonight, Aaron Gordon and Will Barton's been playing, but you just have him on the floor, that just raises the floor of your team so much, especially when you're going against a team like the Houston Rockets, who, my God, are they bad.
Yeah.
Like Houston
so
is
bad.
Oh, this win feels great, but it's also like, come on.
The Rockets are running around there like a high school team that never practices. Like
this was a ridiculous game.
The Rockets are either a really poorly coached team or a team that just doesn't listen to a thing their coach says. Like, I don't know what the Rockets are doing, but just having Aaron Gordon and Will Barton out there, like, they'd be the best players on the Houston Rockets, those two guys.
Yeah,
either one of them.
You talk about having those two guys back. You know what the happiest Jokic was the entire night? He went for the steal, and he didn't get it for a block attempt, and then Aaron Gordon backs him up and blocks it. Jokic was ecstatic because he hasn't had a force behind him, a guy that could like back him up. And he had that tonight. And that was like the highlight of his night, because everything else was just domination. But, like just getting them close to full strength goes a long way. And, I mean, as you can see, they're streaking now.
Streaking. We are streaking. Austin Rivers, the only other starter we haven't talked about so far. A little underwhelming game, in my opinion, for him. He missed a lot of threes, 1 of 8. He gives the prayers. This is his new go-to, is to look to the heavens whenever he feels relief.
That's not a good sign. Whenever that's your go-to, not good.
That's so true.
But it's like sarcastic.
You're just like you're
thank God
relying on God.
This was a game that Austin Rivers could have probably scored 30. Honestly, all jokes aside.
I mean, Facundo Campazzo almost did.
Yeah, but Austin Rivers, the first 10 shots,
he had 8 open threes tonight,
open threes, and
he went
I don't think they were gonna adjust to that. If he knocked some of those down, there was a few that he passed up just because he couldn't make a shot. But if he knocked some of those down, that's a night that he could just keep himself going. And with the Nuggets roster not being what it was, he would have played a lot more if he was knocking down shots. So this was a missed opportunity for him.
I'm not sure he's a great shooter. In fact, I would say I don't think he's a great shooter. I think he's okay. He went 1 of 8, and I'm not that surprised.
It depends on the day you're asking.
Streaky shooter. I think it's a lot of mentality. I mean, we joke all the time about how much he loves that jab step, even when he's wide open. And I do think there's a mentality for shooters of, like, there's just no hesitation, and he is like every hesitation, not because he's hesitating or guessing himself, but because he loves his rhythm. Yeah. He has to have that rhythm. So if it's anything different, but he was the only guy. I don't want to be a downer, but he was the only guy that tonight I was like, a little frustrating, I guess, but whatever.
Missed opportunity for sure. Also, looked like he re-injured his thumb in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
landed on it, went straight to the locker room. He was questionable coming into tonight, so that's not good.
Austin Rivers getting wrecked in every game he plays is my least favorite. Well, maybe my favorite theme of this NBA season. Like he either gets like body checked, ends up on the ground, hurts some appendage, something. The thumb, I guess tonight. Not a fan.
Yeah. You guys know who we're talking about next?
Brendan Vogt.
Nope.
What?
Bol Bol.
Whoa.
Bol Bol tonight. So no Michael Malone. Michael Malone out in health and safety protocols. Bol Bol gets 20 minutes, goes 5 of 7 from the field. Was a +8, 11 points, 3 rebounds. I'm surprised his stat sheet wasn't bigger. It seemed like he had a better game. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, but he goes 5 of 7 from the field. And I actually thought he had a couple plays tonight where I was like, you know what, that was impressive. Number one, chief among all of these, was the alley-oop. Him and Jokic.
Yep.
Or it wasn't really an alley-oop. It was a give and go, basically.
It was a pick and roll.
They had pick and rolls. They had little two-man games going. Get an and one for Jokic. He looks over. He's like, hey, man, great pass. Great work. I was kind of impressed with Bol tonight.
Yeah. You got to give a tip of the cap. He was good tonight.
Yep.
He was. Stepped in, played a role off the bench. This is his first rotation minutes tonight since like November 15th. So it's been
Really?
a while.
Is that true?
I think so, yeah.
November 15th was when he played the less real minutes, not just...
It's been a while
Wow.
since he's been in the rotation
It's a long
here.
time.
So, like, just not playing real minutes for that long and then stepping in is tough. And he played well tonight. He played within himself. He didn't take any wild, out-of-control shots. Everything he took was pretty high percentage. Played within the offense. I give him credit, man. He played well.
It's frustrating when Bol Bol does really good because they want us to be the coach. Like, we're not the ones putting him in and out the game.
When you say they...
Or just, I get a
Online,
lot of
on the
ads.
internet.
Yeah, I get a lot of
All right,
ads
let's make
and
it sure.
stuff. People are like writing me and DM and stuff like that about like why he's not playing, and I'm like, I have no idea. It's not on me to put him in the game. But also, this was a good Bol Bol game. This was a game where he just seemed to have like a new sense of energy, and he had a purpose. He wanted to play today. He's, getting back on defense. He's not forcing up shots. He's getting to where he wants to get to on the floor. He also had a connection with Jokic, which we have not seen.
It's so
we don't
true.
see them get together.
It's a great
Honestly,
point.
they don't play together. So
The last time we saw it was in the bubble.
yeah, that's a long time ago, really.
Yeah.
This is one of these things where you look back and you're like, that was 4 months ago or something.
It was a year ago. It was like a little over a year ago.
You're right. That is the best part of tonight. Like, he played well. He had made some shots that you're like, only he could make, this or that. Played. Sometimes Bol can be too, like, ball dominant or, like,
Ball dominant.
He makes good one-on-one plays, but he's, like, as a team player, he's way. Tonight, I thought he played really well, just well-rounded. But the most important and interesting part was that him and Yoke really did have a nice little connection. They ran him in the Aaron Gordon roll, with a lot of those little pick and rolls, and that was working great.
Dude, Bol Bol is the most frustrating player in the NBA. Like,
Really? Number one.
I don't know. Like, well, at least for us, like, you see him when he does.
You don't see him
things-
that much.
Right.
true.
When you do see him, he does things that you literally have never seen another human being do because there's literally never been another human like Bol Bol.
Yeah.
His height, how graceful he can be, his touch, like all of these things that you're like, why is this not the most dominant player in the NBA? And then you watch, like, then he'll just give like an absolute no effort on the defensive end. He'll just get absolutely cooked in the paint or something when you think that that's an area he should excel in. But like, like when Bol Bol goes up for a shot and like it's so silky and feathery and just like drops in, you're like, God damn, man, like why Bol? Like, can't you just try more often? Can't you like? At this point, it's like so comical. Like, he's so clearly out of Michael Malone's circle of trust. Like, so far out of Michael Malone's circle of trust that there's like no hope of him ever getting back in. But I don't know.
But if Michael Malone ever enters health and safety protocol,
But if
And the Nuggets are down all their big
if
men.
Popeye Jones ever becomes the head coach,
I
but
like
it's
that,
crazy.
I like the theory that in health and safety protocols, Bol anonymously calls the league and it's like, hey, I just saw Bol Bol and Michael Malone in the same room. I think Malone needs to enter the protocols.
Yeah, but it's irritating, man. Like when Bol Bol is cooking, it's like nothing is more fun.
Yeah.
He is super fun, man. Last guy we'll talk about before our first break, unless you guys have another one here. Vlatko Chanchar's sneaky great tonight. 11 points, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist. In 15 minutes, he had a plus 19. So he also a team high plus 19. But he actually had some really good plays that I commented. I feel like he looks skinnier than I've seen him since his rookie season.
It's like he lost 15 pounds, man.
He really
so
looks
skinny.
This is Mailform Corner.
Mailform corner.
But like
Vlatko
he doesn't
Chancer.
look skinny in a good way.
Right.
Like he lost all the weight because he was really sick.
Maybe he gained all this weight to play the 4, and then just they're like, sorry, we've already got 4s. He's like, all right, we don't have any 3s. I'm gonna lose some weight, become a little more nimble.
His weight has just like fluctuated plus or minus 25 pounds.
He's
in the
like-
last
he's like a
year.
boxer.
He's like
just to
Christian
try
Bale.
to fit the Nuggets like third string depth chart at the wing or at center.
It's impressive, man. Honestly, if you can control your weight that much, it is like you've
Yeah,
seen
it's like a boxer.
like movie stars that have to like, hey, I'm
He's like he's Christian. He's the Christian Bale.
Bale,
of this
yeah,
team,
Matthew McConaughey just
He
all
got
scrawny,
sick
like, wow.
because it's not healthy to gain and lose that much weight.
But he was good
damn
tonight, man. And he gets popped in the nose. He comes out,
No.
and honestly, the Nuggets weren't that great after that point. It was kind of a turning point from this 30-point beatdown. But
Yeah, one thing I really liked was there was a point in the game where I thought he was gonna go up for a layup. Nope, dunk.
Dunk.
It was like just effortless, just careless type of play. But he also just like he knows exactly where to be on the floor. Like
Yeah.
I really feel like he could average 8 points a game off of just knowing exactly where the ball's gonna come or where he has to be at an angle that's gonna get him an easy basket. I don't feel like he takes anything contested ever.
Yeah.
Like everything for him comes effortless because he just has a high IQ. He knows, he knocks down the open shot when it comes his way. And also it's just a lot of effort. Like he's boxing guys out. He's making sure there's not second chance opportunity. He does all the the little things and then scores easily. When he got hit like in the face, like really it did go down because in that second unit, he was the sense of direction because he just knows what to do. He's really a veteran out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we were joking earlier that like Vlatko is always this guy that everyone just sort of discounts. He's like the Nuggets 15th guy,
Right, yeah.
whatever. It's like you don't really think about it. And then we were just laughing about how on the Slovenian team he was mentioned in the same sentence every time they talked about Luka Doncic. Like,
that's
it was
more
ju-
grammatically. They wasn't
But I mean, like those were the two players that were absolutely carrying the team. Like,
Right, sure.
Those two were
Sure.
actually.
He was the Robin to Luca's
Yes,
Batman.
He was obviously Luka
He
was
really
better,
was.
but like he was good enough that he was the second player mentioned
Yeah.
all the time
Right.
when they were talking about the Slovenian team and whatever success they were having. He's a really good player, and it was frustrating a couple weeks ago when I was just wanting him to get an opportunity, and he was getting an opportunity, but he wasn't playing that well, missing bunnies. Like this is the Vlatko that you have. Like Dev says, he just does the right thing all the time. Like it's really comforting to have that guy, but it also just makes you want him to be used more often. Like it's cool to have a guy that does the right thing all the time on the floor playing.
J Mike tonight, by the way, 11.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and was a plus 14. He also had another really good game. So what the other thing I liked about him, he gives Tice a little bit of an elbow today for no like.
Right.
He has a short fuse. Like J Mike is definitely a guy that is like he punches first.
Yeah. He loves the punch first.
Loves the punch first.
He does have a really short fuse. That's a good point. Like there can be no incident the entire game, nothing physical, no pushing or shoving, and then all of a sudden Daniel Tice gives you a little, not even like a full arm extension, just like a little nudge under the rim, and Jermichael Green goes at him. Like it doesn't take much.
You cannot extinguish his fire either.
Yeah.
Like, once it gets going, like once you pop, you cannot stop.
Yeah.
Wow, let's hit a break. On the other side of this break, guys, we're going to play a brand new game I'm very excited
Oh,
for. We're going
boy.
to fire up the take machine. I can't wait for this.
The take machine.
Including the graphic. Very good graphic.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys, Lightshade Dispensary. Lightshade Dispensary, use code DNVR.
25%.
You're going to get 25%
Ridiculous,
off
man.
each purchase. Lightshade
Ridiculous.
Dispensary, the presenting sponsor of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. You can shop online at lightshade.com, or you can visit a Lightshade location near you. They've got 10 of them, 10 locations,
yeah.
soon to be 11 in the Denver metro and Aurora area. They are they've got the Escape Artist brand, the highest awarded topical brand in Colorado. Prioritizes quality and consistency. Lightshade also has tons and tons of other stuff as well. For everyone, from the casual consumer to the connoisseur, they have a premium selection of cannabis concentrates, top shelf flower, edibles, tinctures, accessories, and much more. Listeners, you guys can get 25% off non-sale items with the code DNVR. Shop online at lightshade.com or pick up at a Lightshade location near you.
A Lightshade location, the closest business to my home.
They have 10 of them,
Yeah.
10 locations.
Yep.
Soon to be 11.
The closest business to my home, a light shade. When we picked up the sponsor, it was a great day in my life.
Yeah, I know them. We're all done.
We're all done?
Yeah.
There's only one ad read, huh? Oh, there you go. Look at that. We're moving quick. Before we get into the take machine, before we get there, Kale, I want to first just talk about the two new Nuggets. Carleek didn't really play tonight. We don't have to talk about him, so I guess we'll just talk about Rajon Tucker. So Davon Reed tonight picks up 3 fouls in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Goes to the bench. So usually he would, Mr. Dependable, usually he would be the guy that you would step up in this, that would play a little bit extended minutes, be a big night for him. Unfortunately, just 15 minutes, most of that at the end of the game tonight. So Rajon Tucker checks in early. We were talking about how much are these guys going to play. Turns out a lot. He played 22 minutes tonight. He gets 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1-for-1 shooting. I'll start over here.
Dude, Popeye Jones making wishes come true tonight, dude. Guys get 10-day contracts, hardships. He's like, you know what? You get minutes and you get minutes.
Yeah,
and
he's a player's coach.
He's a player's
That's my
coach.
read on him.
Coach.
Absolutely.
Total
He's just
player's coach.
Putting guys in, letting them, like, I feel like even though Facu was cooking, like, if he had been that, like, footloose and fancy free, Michael Malone would have been like, all right. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Like, there was.
We're getting into this in the take machine, by the way. And I can't wait to get into this.
Totally. But I mean, just the idea that that these new guys whose names I literally can't already remember played ahead of.
Go ahead and guess it. I want you to guess both of the players' names.
Let's see.
Let's see here.
Chrysalis Johnson.
Chrysalis Johnson. All right, what else we got?
And Neiman Maya Smithson, right? No?
No way. All right, well, that was Rajon Tucker. D-line sharing about Rajon Tucker. Deb, were you impressed with Rajon Tucker tonight?
Yeah, I just think that anytime you could bring a G League guy up or a guy that could play overseas like really soon, and they have some NBA footage, I think that just goes a long way. Like, he didn't stand out in the wrong ways.
Right.
He didn't go in there and just try to shoot every single time or just try to become a highlight reel to prove that he belongs. He went on a really good team, and he played against a really bad team and fit in. So, like, I think that just, like, goes a long way, and he has things. He can show, I was a part of this huge win in the NBA. Let me show you where. And also 22 minutes. He played more than J. Mike.
He kind of played a lot.
Yeah, 22 minutes is a lot.
Arrives this morning. They're like, I don't know. Let's learn the plays. You're out there. Boom. You're playing half the game.
Like, here are the plays. Grab the ball.
But I talked about this in the pregame show. He's played like 30-something NBA games before. So it's not like he's stepping into an NBA game for the first time. He played 20 games for the Jazz 2 years ago. He played 14 games for Philly, where Popeye Jones was an assistant coach last year. So the guy's logged time in the NBA before. It's not too big for him.
Yeah. He's really strong. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued by him. I mean, look, let's be honest. There's nothing you can really take away from this guy. I told you not to close up, Kale. God damn it. I told you there's nothing you could do about that you could really read from this game. Because as we're all hyped about Facu and Vlatko and all these different things, this was such a fake basketball game.
I know.
This was so fake.
That's a hilarious part about even like talking about these guys. It's like, yeah, yep.
Hey, man, the only thing I'll say is the Nuggets have lost some of these already this year. I mean, this team that played tonight wasn't that much worse than the Magic that the Nuggets lost to. So, I mean, it happens. But why don't we – oh, wait, one last thing of real analysis before we get into it. First quarter, both teams in the bonus. Second quarter, both teams in the bonus. Third quarter, both teams in the bonus. And that was with like 4 minutes to go in each quarter.
Yeah.
The Nuggets give up 111 points tonight. The Munder was actually there. They give up 37 points in the fourth quarter. Just personally, despite me, I feel.
I thought so, yeah.
But more than to the point, I actually feel like 21 points tonight of the Rockets came at the foul line, which isn't that much, but those were almost all in the first three quarters.
Yep.
It was absolutely
All Jalen
ridiculous.
Green.
All Jalen Green, who just lived at the line
I
at
hate
12 and
Jalen
14.
Green.
You really don't like him.
I really hate his game.
What is it? Oh, yeah, his game. His
just-
like horrible shot selection.
Yeah, I don't like the way he carries himself. I just don't like him. And like, I can just tell
It's there.
that he's going to be like one of these players that is just all of the wrong things are emphasized and fortified, and like he gets rewarded for the wrong things, and just later on it's just like one of these chucker guys that just
I love this. I love this rant. You know what? Save it. Why don't we fire up the take machine, Kale? Can we fire it up?
Baby.
Let's go. Bol Bol has more upside on this team than any player on the roster.
Michael Malone is the problem. He's not the solution.
Facu's 5'9", but he plays like he's 6'9". Here's a take. Give me Facu over Ben Simmons.
The Denver Nuggets need a veteran, a real veteran, a proven veteran, Jamal Crawford, or, hear me out, OJ Mayo.
Just pumping out takes on a conveyor belt.
Oh man, the takes are about to fly. Guys, I need some hot takes. This game is a meaningful game. Channel your inner. Oh, wait, you have to get hat backwards. Remember, guys, we had costumes. We had all costumes here. You guys forgot. All right. Hey, this game was meaningful. Eric, give me your biggest takeaway.
I'll tell you what, guys, is Michael Malone choking the fun out of
Yes!
this. Basketball is a game, is it not?
It is a child's
It's supposed
game.
to be fun. Bol Bol looked like he was having fun out there. Have you ever seen him having fun? A single game that's been coached by Michael Malone. You tell me.
No, actually, as a matter
You
of fact.
tell me.
That's right. No coincidence is it that the Nuggets played free, they played loose, and they won big without Michael Malone.
Unbelievable. I'm disgusted.
Superstar Dev.
Like, really, I just truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? You bring guys on 10-day contracts and things like that. Why
right.
not bring an old vet in that knows how to score in this league at a very, very high pace? Like, Jokic doesn't want to play with these new guys that don't know the league.
So good.
You bring in an OJ Mayo who's been a superstar. You know what I mean? Jamal Crawford, he was balling in the bubble, wasn't
What's
he?
KG up to?
What does KG do nowadays? You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Man.
Gilbert Arenas, he talks about basketball. He probably can still
Agent
play.
Zero? Come on,
Everybody
my guy.
wants to say, hey, we're not going to listen to those guys. They probably never played before, but guess who has?
That's
Matt
right.
Barnes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, y'all.
Hey, Davon Reed tonight, 4 points. Rajon Tucker, 3 points. Whatever you called Jones, League Jones.
Chrysalis
0
Johnson.
points.
Oh, dude.
Chrysalis Johnson.
Christmas Johnson.
These guys, are you telling me that Matt Barnes couldn't have had 7 points himself tonight?
Disgusting.
Think about
great
it.
take.
Think about it.
It's a great take.
You guys know what? Facu Campazzo is the best pure point guard on the Denver Nuggets.
Pure point
They
guard.
need to move Jamal Murray to the 2.
Oh, wow.
And they need to start
There it is.
Facu Campazzo
Let's go.
at the point.
You're dialing it up. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that going to finally get Will Barton to the 6? The 6 man?
Move Will Barton to the bench.
Yeah.
He's a natural 6 man.
He is a natural
Jamal
6 man.
Murray at the 2. Facu Campazzo at the 1.
You guys know the take.
What?
We saw it tonight. The proof is in the pudding if you have your eyes open. Bol Bol just needs a chance. He got that chance tonight under Popeye Jones, and what did he do? He produced. You got
boy.
guys out there every night. They
He did.
never produce.
Never.
You put Bol Bol on the court, you get post game, you get passing, you get 3-point shooting, you get rim protection, you get rolling, you get a dynamic 2-man option next to Nikola Jokic. Bol Bol needs to get minutes. I'll push for him to start, but I'm going to start easy. I'm going to say play him a few minutes off the bench until he's ready to hop into that starting role right alongside Yoke. Do we still have the metal music going? Oh, that would have worked a lot better if that was still going underneath.
I'm out of takes.
You have another take. Come on, keep it going.
Jokic is. I don't know.
You guys are dropping out of takes.
Out of taste.
I got no more takes. I mean,
This Houston Rockets
Go.
basketball team is an abomination. This would never have happened in David Stern's NBA.
No.
This team right here would not have happened.
They need Brian Colangelo is what they need.
Brian Colangelo, get him in the game right now. You have any more takes?
Oh, I got takes.
Oh, shit.
I need the music, though. I need the music.
Fire up the music.
Oh, it's back on?
Oh, let's
It's
go.
back on?
Let's go.
Are the Denver Nuggets underutilizing Popeye Jones's coaching?
Wow, yes.
His first game in the big chair. The bench looks good.
Great
Jermichael
point.
Green looks good.
That's
the
great.
rotations were
Do
cleaner.
Bobo, do
Nobody
Bobo.
got tired tonight.
So true.
Popeye
so
Jones
true.
need to take over the substitutions from Michael Malone.
oh my god, dude! What a great take.
What a fantastic
These are
take.
just nothing but good takes after good takes.
All right, here's my last one.
All right.
The Denver Nuggets have had the hardest schedule in the NBA, but
Okay.
here we are, 3-game winning streak. This is the start. This is the start. I'm
go.
predicting they get an equally as impressive win against Dallas,
Oh.
an equally as impressive win on whoever they play after that. They're going to go and get Utah shortly after that. They're going to show Gobert who's boss. They're going to go to the Clippers. I'm telling you, this is the beginning of a 10-game
what?
win
You know what,
streak.
Spike? I don't think that's that hot of a take.
That's not that
I don't think that's a hot take.
Man, that was fun. It's so much more fun being the dumb
Welcome.
jock radio guy.
Welcome to my world, Adam.
Honestly, these takes are so easy. You know, these are the people like this is a trope in like sports talk where like it's how you're taught. You write down the like, all right, this one I could talk about for 20 minutes.
And you got to be paired with a guy that disagrees with everyone.
Yeah.
You're like, you're out of your mind, Bol
Because
Bol.
he's like rational. He's like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You can argue anything if you just like are very insincere.
Yeah.
Extremely insincere.
I've lived my life that way.
It was so fun to be insincere here.
Sure was,
what else do we have on the docket? We have some super chats to hit too. Why don't we hit those and then on the other side vote? Are you already done? Yeah. Okay, sweet. James says 22 points, 12 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, plus 19, and possibly a Shackton a full on the layup. That's true. This is what I'm saying. Bol Bol had like 5 extreme lowlights tonight, and it doesn't matter.
You need Facu.
What did I say, Bol?
Yeah.
Facu had like 5 extreme lowlights tonight.
Yeah,
and his
matter.
highlight reel still was like 30 to 5.
You
incredible.
need a couple low lights to get the highlights.
Yeah, dude. In a world with no lowlights, are there even highlights?
I like that. Like Michael Jordan's best highlights features 12 lowlights just to set the table.
Yeah, this is where it started.
Yeah, here's the missed jumper. All right, what else we got? Shonik says, guys, is Facu the best defensive PG of NBA?
No
That's what I'm
question.
saying.
No question.
Well, fire up the music again. Is he? Hey, I'm just asking the questions here.
8 deflections?
8
You tell me.
deflections. Yeah, I'm
The
just
numbers
asking
tell
the
a different
question.
story.
That's so true. What else we got? Forget Lonzo Ball. What do we need? Richard says, is this the first time MPJ was on the bench
we
since
forgot
the
about this
surgery?
one.
This is a great one.
That's
Yeah,
a hot take.
that was a hot take. Yeah. Why did the team play well tonight? Because Michael Porter there. An extension of Michael Malone on the bench. Many people are
Player
saying.
coach.
It was
Player
great to
coach.
see Michael Porter back on the bench without a mask. It was great to see.
Jesus. I'm not going to do this. It was great to see Michael Porter back out there. Honest to God. Like, this was a...
No, it
we
was.
should have
It really
mentioned
was.
It has been weird. Like, he went out 6 weeks ago.
Nothing.
I haven't seen him. I mean, he's been in protocols there for a bit, so it's nice that he's back.
And
with the team.
and truthfully, and he sat in a
Looked
chair.
good.
The whole, you know what I mean? Like clearly, if your back was bothering you, that would be a position that would be hard to sit in for a long time.
Also, he didn't come out with any crutches or a cane or anything else. Like he's under his own power.
Come out with a cane. That'd be a bad sign.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what makes it so good. He's already back and sitting-
If he comes out with a walker.
But I mean, when other guys get surgery, like they still like they're showing
true.
that they're
It's
still
true.
injured.
It
Except for
is
the
a very
thing-
good sign.
You're
yes.
right. It is a good sign, but
It
also
is.
like we
It
knew that
is.
wasn't the case. The weird thing is, it sounds like with the surgery, he immediately felt better.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's like he
with
came
the
out of it.
surgery, it's immediate relief. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
immediate
type of surgery
pain
he
relief.
got.
So thank God. What else we got? Is that it? Nope. Josh says,
Happy New Year, lads.
"Oh, Happy New Year, lads!" I was like, "Heine,
I know.
Happy New Year, lads!" Just sending thoughts and love to Colorado. Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
Josh.
our homie man
Josh is
from down
Josh is
under,
a real one.
from a real one
don't
for
you wish
sure.
we had any local friends that like
I
this
do. I
really
really
as much
do,
as
man.
guys
It's
from Australia do?
been a lot of fun. What else we got here? Francisco says, FC7, I think that's Facundo Campazzo 7, becomes the second player.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, vote really liking that one. FC7 is the whole of it.
Vote's
Becomes the
face.
second player in NBA history to have at least 22 points, 12 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, and 3 3-pointers in a single game. The other, LeBron James. He did it in 2008. Not a real stat. I'm so hyped and I love it. Not a real stat. Like, to have a very specific sequence of numbers.
Oh, they do it for LeBron a lot.
They do it for LeBron nonstop.
So it's a real stat.
It's real stat.
Man, I just
And I'm glad that he looked it up.
We might get this in around the association, but the LeBron James. Was it last night that they beat the Lakers? Was it Houston? Right?
Yeah.
They smacked Houston. LeBron James
yeah.
still the best player.
He's not only back in the MVP conversation, he's now the best player in the NBA.
He's back to just being the best one.
That's unreal. Facu Campazzo almost had the same game LeBron James did last night against them. That is
man.
amazing. Well, I don't know if the Rockets are good, guys. Fire up the tank machine.
I have a feeling they might not be.
For both, so
Oh.
wait till he's on.
Oh, okay.
All right, well then let's take our final break. On the other side, we're going to hear in the locker room from one Popeye Jones. I'm guessing, did Facu talk? Yes, he did. Of course he did. We're going to hear from Facu and everything else.
The NFL season is winding down. The playoffs will be here before you know it. At DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, the offers are getting even more amazing. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game. If they do, you win $200 in free bets. Don't miss out on this action. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get NFL action with same-game parlays. Get those for NBA games as well. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR. Bet just $5 on any NFL team and win $200 in free bets if they're victorious. That's promo code DNVR this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Look at that shot.
I know, it's a close up.
Art house shot of Wynn and Reeds.
So true.
This is definitely what the people want to see right
That's
now.
right.
Just a one shot of me reading
Don't
off
do
reads.
that when I read the ads. Holy shit.
Sexy pizza, guys. You definitely had a lot of sexy pizza if you came out to the DNVR Broncos tailgates this season. Those were a lot of fun. There's one left. One left. So get out there. We've got tons of sexy pizza at all those Broncos tailgates. If you don't make it to a tailgate, order up some sexy pizza. They got a bunch of locations across Denver. 4 of them: Cap Hill, South Pearl, Jefferson Park, Park Hill, and a location in Trinidad as well. So 5 of them now. Tons of great pizzas, great salads, great sides as well. You can call them up, order to go. Great for a weekend, great for a weeknight. Sexy.pizza. That's their website.
That's a great website.
www.sexy.pizza.
That's such a good website.
Check them out today. Finally, Strava Craft Coffee. Use the code DNVR25 to get 25% off your first order of Strava Craft Coffee. If you're a returning customer, use the code DNVR20. Get 20% off Strava Craft Coffee. You can get a subscription of Strava Craft Coffee. Get coffee just straight up delivered to your door. Packed with CBD, can relieve back pain, neck pain, arthritis, IBS, long-term aches and pains. Check it out, StravaCraftCoffee.com.
Love it. All right, final segment here. It's going to be a doozy. I hear we have another super chat, though, to get to, and it's vote specific. I'll let you handle this one, Vote.
Here is the Argentine band supporting DNVR and especially Vogt. We defended Facu in the bad games. Yes, we did. I see you, my people. I appreciate you. And congratulations to you. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're enjoying this.
Vote, I'm telling you, I wish we had a cam on him all night tonight because he really was, like, in his bag tonight.
I genuinely had a great time. And the Facu thing, I know it gets like it's a bit or whatever, but
it's not, though. It's
but
not
no, it comes from something really real for me.
Say.
Like I was having a lot of fun tonight. And I hope you did too in Argentina,
Dude,
my friends.
people have been adding me because you guys know my co-host over Locked On Nuggets, Matt Moore, hates Facu.
I've heard
he's just
that.
like, yeah, he's just troll. And people have been writing me, man, like, you hate Facu. And I'm like, guys, Matt, Adam, different, like this and that. But people have been adding, even today, people were adding at me and like, yo, what are you going to say now? And I'm like, guys, it's just by proxy sometimes.
Someone added the DNVR Nuggets account and said, are you still going to talk trash about Facu? And I just said, I will not stand for this.
Yeah, we're not allowing people to do this BS. Get out of here.
All right, so we heard from Popeye Jones, acting head coach, 1-0, undefeated acting head coach Popeye Jones. First thing he said after the win, Coach Pop, I'm blessed to be a part of this organization. He talked about Facundo Campazzo only having 1 point guard tonight, how the coaches kept telling him to get Facu out so he could get a breather. And he said he wished he could have played him 48 minutes. He ended up feeling bad for Austin, who ended up having to play some backup point guard, and he was questionable to begin with. He isn't really a point guard. He was playing backup one, and then Popeye said with a laugh, although not a joke, and when Facu was out, it was Jokic who he looked to be the point guard and actually have him bring the ball up, not just organically, but by design. He called Facu the defensive player of the game. He did get the DPOG chain.
Did he really?
8 deflections, 5 steals, and I think he had 2 blocks. It's a little ridiculous. And on that big second quarter, he said, I think it was a lot of Facu, honestly. He talked about the defense a lot, but he also shouted out the dribble penetration. Yeah. Said Facu got into the paint routinely tonight, and it was a big part of what worked for them all game long, but also in the second quarter. And that, Houston came out ready to play tonight, and Denver didn't. And that it was the bench who came in the first quarter, caught them back up to the game, the starters back up to the game. So he credited them for that energy. It was the pace specifically that Houston played with that he thought gave them trouble out of the gate, but that they did.
Yeah, Nuggets they were up 30 and they were down 10 to start this game.
I know. Well, if you remember at the beginning of the game, Yoke missed a couple easy ones, and the Rockets are like 4-4 from 3.
Right.
What did Yoke finish tonight? Because he only missed 4 shots, I think.
Right.
Yeah, he's 8 of 12, and I think he started 0-4
in the second half.
Yeah. What a weird game from him.
We didn't even talk about him. Actually.
I know, dude.
Did we actually not mention? I don't think we did.
We didn't even talk about him.
Dude, he hit a 3 tonight, and I went, "Oh yeah, Yoke." It's like I'm not used to that
Forgot he
attitude.
exists.
Interesting. I thought this was an interesting insight from Popeye, who was talking about his sort of approach and demeanor as a head coach, and he said that he was always told by mentors, other coaches and stuff coming up, to coach to your personality, which I thought was an interesting thing.
Who?
He said mentors have told him that. You know,
I love that.
And
I am such a believer in this.
so he went on to say, like, he's a laid back guy.
Yeah.
And so, by the way, here's some food for some hot
let's
takes.
do it, baby.
No, don't do it.
Let's
don't
go.
do it.
Fire up the heavy metal
Get
again.
that machine back up.
Get that machine
Yeah, so
back.
he was laid back and he tried to stay true to that personality tonight, and he wanted that to be reflected in his coaching and his presence on the sideline.
He's just like, Facu, get in.
Yeah.
J. Mike.
Austin Rivers over 4. He's like, don't worry about it, man.
Austin, it's cool,
dude.
man.
It's cool, dude.
He also had a nice little line. Hey, Austin, just chill, bro. He also had a nice line about Vlatko. He said he's a guy you don't have to run anything for, which is really valuable. He sort of talked about it as an underrated way a player can be valuable, that he's smart, he's coachable, he's going to hustle, do all the right things, but you don't have to reward him with something drawn up. And he just talked about how valuable it is to have guys like that. So cool to hear from Popeye. We also talked to Facundo Campazzo.
Oh, man.
On the reaction for Popeye Jones, we went crazy. We threw water. We were very happy for him.
That's so crazy. That's so wacky.
He was asked,
This
you know,
is getting
Facu
wild.
always plays so hard, but does he have a mentality right now if he has to play even harder, considering all the circumstances, who's out, what Denver's dealing with? And he said, yeah, we have to. We cannot give 100%. It has to be 200%. Playoff possessions, he said. Playoff possessions.
You have
No, I
to give
find that
200%.
We
Because
can't give
they were up
100%.
21
We
and
must
he
give
dove
200%.
headfirst out of bounds for a deflected ball.
To a ball he had no shot
of getting. So
Rally the team.
he did say that, yeah.
I love that shit, though. I'm honestly, like, I'm not even, like, maybe I didn't feel this way when I was young. I don't know. But when I see that, an effort like that, even though he had no chance, I'm like, hell yeah, man.
He didn't know he had no chance. It was an earnest effort.
I feel like he knew he had
no
no
chance.
chance.
I really don't. I don't think he can help himself. But
I don't think he can help himself either, but he also knew he had no chance at it.
But he said, yeah, so 200%. And he talked about playing hard. He insisted at different times in the interview across different answers that playing hard on defense is like the offense will take care of itself. That if you play great defense, that this team doesn't even really have to think about offense. And so playing hard on that end, playing with effort on defense is really like the key right now.
He's been hypnotized by Michael Malone.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think this guy plays 40 minutes? He is from that cloth. On his career high in points, he said the stats are for you guys. He was just trying to play. He was just trying to play. Wait for it with energy and hustle on defense,
God.
and then on offense, you know, it would take care of himself if he played hard.
The stats are for you guys.
He was asked if he takes
Thank
more
you.
pride in offense and defense. To the surprise of absolutely no one, he said defense. And then he was asked about the saucy passes tonight, and if, like, is this what goes into that? Is he seeing something that sort of like triggers it, or is it just sort of like an organic in the moment? And on the nutmegs, he says the pass between the legs, it's just trying to take advantage of my size. I fist bumped when he said that. He's pointed out that the big show's so hard sometimes in the NBA, and that sometimes that's the remaining angle, and that when he's so low
Sometimes
to the
it's your only
ground-
option.
Yeah, and for
Legit.
him, it's a good one. So, yeah, good night from Facu, who also. Oh no, I gave that note already. My bad. And we also spoke with Aaron Gordon.
Sweet.
On the
bruh.
reaction for it was the reaction for Popeye Jones. Oh man, it was crazy. Good energy. We gave him a water shower, water bath, celebratory. It was just a bunch of water.
Very wet locker room.
Unless I misheard,
wild.
that's a real quote.
Soaking wet.
So
It was just a bunch of water.
it was a bunch of water. He said this, which was an actually interesting kind of note. He said, then we were all just talking about being here and winning games. Regardless of what's happening with our
I love
team
this dude.
or
I
around the
swear to
league,
God.
it's about winning games. We're here to win games, and that's what we did tonight.
Aaron Gordon is so
We've
dope.
been put on this earth for a lot of reasons.
I want to.
right.
I really
One
want
of them was to win basketball games.
and to be here.
Yeah.
just be here.
And just be here.
Just be
Just
here and
here.
live here
Be here, man.
and just stay here.
I want to go to Light Shade
Man.
with Aaron Gordon so bad.
Dude. Like a longboard interview.
Oh man.
On Facu's energy, and if Well, he talked about Facu, and he says his favorite thing is his energy, his pace, and how that's relentless. It's never contingent upon anything. And then he was asked if that energy is infectious. He said, of course. We see that. We want to match it. On Tucker, he said there's a little pregame dunk contest with Tucker where they were joking, and Tucker asked, who do you think would win? And Gordon said, me, obviously.
Me, bro.
Obviously, yeah. Come on. And then they got into it, and he said, he can definitely give me a run for my money. He was impressed. And then
the judges.
And he was also impressed with his game, saying that he came in and really just focused up on defense. He's going to be somebody that we can rely on defensively and just as a glue guy. And that's it from AG.
That's awesome, man. What a great post game too, AG and Facu.
It was fun, good stuff. And Popeye, man, who was
Popeye,
nice. It was really like substitute teacher vibes. You know what I mean?
Of course.
A little bit different, but we're
doing a movie today, guys.
Yeah. They roll the old TV in. Exactly. But hey, Nuggets start 2022 off the right foot, and Facundo Campazzo, I just think he's been the best player in the world this year.
What's the dumbest movie you watched from like in high school?
That was a bad joke. No one. In high school.
Do you remember when they would roll?
Send and
Every
deliver.
time was glory.
Stand and deliver. Stand and deliver. That was a great one.
I feel like it kind of.
I took a criminology class. We just watched The Wire start to finish.
No way. In
every
high school?
class.
In
every
high school?
Yeah.
What?
The
Wow.
teacher had
No
narcolepsy.
way.
He was a former
narcolepsy?
college professor who couldn't stop falling asleep. Yeah. And so he just kept getting demoted. And until he was my teacher, and then he would wheel that on, put The Wire on, and go to bed.
I watched Dr.
You had a
Strangelove
teacher
once.
who had epilepsy?
Narcolepsy.
Oh, narcolepsy?
What's the one, right, where you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Narcolepsy?
Narcolepsy and
I don't know
just had
anything,
to
so.
show movies every day?
Yeah, he just, well, I don't know if he
had
had
to
to.
sleep.
He chose to. We watched The Wire, the entire
wild.
show, start to finish. That was my semester.
Dude, that is a semester. I was going to say, that's a
Yeah.
really long one.
And you know what? I learned a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, I remember like 3 things from my entire
That's
education.
right. I remember
Not
a
just
lot
high
about
school.
The Wire.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie. You guys want to go around the association?
Oh, so bad.
do it.
Let's go around the
So
association
bad.
because there's some doozies tonight, guys. There's some real doozies tonight. The Utah Jazz had a chance tonight to go up against the very Golden State Warriors that these Nuggets just a few days ago stomped on their court. These Warriors instead go into Utah, and what do? Dominate.
Whoa.
Actually, they only get the win 123-116 over the Utah Jazz. So now, in 1 week, they have beaten Phoenix Suns. They have beaten the Utah Jazz. They have lost to the Denver Nuggets. That's just math.
If we do the science,
If we do the science,
the
we
Nuggets
just-
are back.
We subtract, yeah, exactly. But honestly, in all sincerity, though, this game, the Warriors were actually curb stomping the Jazz early on. They blow it. They get outscored 41-22. The Utah wins that third quarter 41-22, takes a lead into the fourth, and then of course the Warriors say, "Nah, this is over." They outscore them in the clutch, 37-25.
They let Iguodala go off, and that doesn't sit right with me. Doesn't sit right with me.
yeah, I don't like that.
12 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists.
Also,
He's
Otto
good,
Porter
man.
for 20. Can't
And
relate.
8 assists. I heard
Can't
Otto Porter
relate.
was nuts and crunch
I mean,
time
Golden
again.
State's going to go off against you if you don't have a backcourt like Facu Campazzo, Austin
That's right.
Rivers.
That's
You
what
guys
I've
want to
always
see
said.
the stat of the night?
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, 4 of 19.
Oh, those are Tatum numbers.
Well, he put up a real Tatum night.
Definitely
tonight.
better than Jamal Murray.
But yeah, 4 of 19 he went tonight, guys. That's wild. Anyway, look, people got mad. Warriors are they're the number 1 team in the West right now. Until proven otherwise, they're the number 1 team in the West.
By the way, Jason Tatum's scoreless tonight.
No, hold on. He didn't play.
I know. The Celtics didn't either.
The Jazz, though, it is funny,
That was
man. Like
good.
the Jazz, every one of these games, they don't. Like the Suns, I don't think have to necessarily prove, like they went to the finals last year. They don't need to beat Memphis and Golden State or whatever. Utah, they're the one team that it's just like they always get sunned by the good team. It's so weird. It's just the top 4 teams in the conference. They can never beat them.
I would definitely have developed a complex about that by now.
I'm telling you,
As a
I think
Utah
they
guy,
do too. I think they do too.
Probably hard not to.
This is definitely it's also one of those games that Utah had circled and Golden State's like, who do we play tonight? Oh yeah, okay, Utah.
Yeah.
And then they go in and just beat them, sun them. The Clippers go into Brooklyn and get a win. This one really sucks, guys, because tonight the Nuggets could have taken a 3-loss lead on the Clippers. Instead, the Clippers, without Paul George, go and beat the Nets. This Clippers team wasn't that good. How'd they beat the Nets?
Dude, they let Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe had 27 points.
I do want to be here.
Like, what kind of stuff is that? Like, really?
He had 27 on 12
what are they-
shots.
12
What are they
shooting.
doing out of there?
That's tough. The Nets.
KD, 28 points, 11 of 24 shooting. He was a -7. James Harden, 9 of 22.
Because the Clippers are
34.
well coached, and this was actually kind of sticking out to me when we were watching the
They're really
Nuggets-Rockets game. It's like when the Nuggets are undermanned and don't have anyone, yeah, they have Jokic, but when they really don't have anyone, they just fall back on the culture, the principles. They know how to play. The Rockets, like, obviously don't have any of that. They have no idea how to play the game of
I
basketball.
noticed that tonight.
They really don't.
It's just like such a difference. I think the Clippers kind of have some of that.
Yeah.
Like Ty Lue's definitely instilled some structure there. They know how to play.
It's a good take.
There was a matchup. There was a lineup of Xavier Moon, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, James Ennis, and Winyo Gabriel. They were on the court at the same time.
Wow. That was
and held their own.
Hey, man, tonight.
Oh, does Xavier Moon not have an
Christmas
NBA?
McGee? Who was that player?
McGee.
Who is that?
Chrysalis Johnson.
Xavier Moon doesn't even get a photo on the NBA.com.
It's just an egg.
It's just an
A
egg.
Twitter egg.
Twitter egg.
The Chicago Bulls go into Washington and get a win. This is back-to-back wins.
Dude.
They won DeMar DeRozan in the last day of
DeWin
2021.
DeRozan.
Game winner. Also, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this. DeRozan's
Yes.
game winner last night. They're down one. There's
Yeah.
8 seconds left. He pulls a who's that guy? What was this that we just saw? The guy that ran out the clock, Brandon Boston, runs out the clock. He's like, I know we're down, but I'm going to run the clock out. This is what DeRozan did last night. Runs the clock down even though they're down one, and then goes to the one-legged three-pointer
The
on
shot
the run.
James Harden incorporated into his game for like a week.
And it was the most cash money shot I've ever seen in my life.
That had so much wiggle room. It was so perfect.
It was so
It was
perfect.
so
No
clutch.
doubter.
If you miss that, it's an embarrassing shot. Like, you have no choice but to make that. You're down. You take the last shot. You could have shot a regular jumper. You decided to be disrespectful, and you shoot like a one-leg leaner, and it is cash
Was it
money.
trifling, Dev?
Trifling. It was trifling.
Definitely trifling. Well, anyway, fast forward to this year, one day later.
Nice.
And what do we get? Oh, dude,
'Cause
thank you. I've
New
done it
Year.
like 8
Yeah,
times
yeah.
already. DeRozan gets another game winner. He goes for 28 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and another game winner. Back-to-back game winners in 2 different years.
Twitter starting the DeMar DeRozan MVP candidate conversation.
F it. He deserves it. I'm
know.
sorry.
He went 10 of 22 tonight.
Here's the thing.
He's been having a great
Here's the
year,
thing.
man.
He deserves the conversation. He's not. He's
Yes,
not, this
I
is the
agree.
thing.
He's
He
in
deserves-
the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
He's the second best on their team.
Who's the best?
Zach LaVine,
Oh, I don't know, man.
who
I
had
don't know.
35 tonight, too.
He did have 35 today. Did
The
he hit the-
Chicago Bulls
he
are
was
the
11 of
number 1
22.
seed in the East. Damn right he should be in the conversation.
Exactly. This is all I'm saying. Like, people find
Yes.
this crazy because we haven't talked about this a lot. I'm fine with the conversation. Like, the conversation's so annoying to begin with, like the debate back and forth.
Yeah, it is.
Jokic, you tell me, does Jokic deserve to be in the conversation best player? Yes. MVP? I'm like, look, guys, I get it. It is hard. Here's what I always say. I think Jokic, I can watch his games and contextualize and say it's not his fault that the Nuggets are down here. Here's the problem. You open up that door, you're going to start getting a Trae Young in the 10 seed getting MVP votes. And we're like, yeah, man, it's not his fault. It's like, no, I don't trust us. So I am okay with this, like, false barrier. And
Yeah.
look, the Nuggets might end up at 4 seed. And then it's like, yeah, now let's have that
And then he's in it.
conversation
Yeah,
again.
that's
now we're
that's
back
the
in
thing about doing a standings conversation before the standings are
it.
set.
Of course.
It's,
Of course.
it's
but
irrelevant.
in the same way, I do look at the Chicago Bulls team and I go, are they the success because of any one player? No, I don't think so. They're
No.
a very well-rounded team, very smart.
But he gets
But you
credit.
know
He
what?
gets credit.
DeRozan is like the heart and backbone of that team.
What is wild, though, is he and Zach LaVine have pretty much the exact same stat line.
Really?
The exact same stat line.
27-5-5 kind
DeMar
of.
DeRozan's averaging 1 more point per game.
Oh, right.
27 to 26. They're both averaging 5 rebounds and 4.5 assists.
I can't help it. I love the Bulls. I can't help it. I'm
It's the
sorry.
same
guys.
They don't even
stat
have.
line.
I mean, Kobe White's like now back, but they're down their point guard and stuff, and they're still winning games.
I
Like,
can't believe they won
went
without
crazy.
Lonzo. That's crazy.
And their big four, they had monster games. They only had 4
Yeah.
guys in double digits, but they had monster games.
Bradley Beal tonight had 27 points, 17 assists. That's
Wow.
crazy. 17 assists.
From Bradley
from
Beal.
him.
Wow.
That's really
Who
wild.
was he passing to tonight?
They only
Kyle
shot
Kuzma.
6 of 20. Yeah, to Kyle Kuzma,
The
apparently.
West Unsold Juniors.
Let's see. Man, talk about a weird one. The Pistons beat the Spurs. What the hell happened there?
OT just looks like a weird one, man. There's going to be some weird results.
Forbes
this-
had 27. That's what happened.
Man, that's wild. Well, there you go. Spurs.
Keldon Johnson,
Diallo
4 of
had
18.
34.
That's a wild one. And then the Bucks beat the Pelicans. The Pelicans, they've been doing pretty good, but the Bucks are now starting to be They're starting.
A
that
juggernaut
machine-
again.
Giannis is
that
putting
machine's
himself
running.
in the conversation.
In the
Is
conversation.
he in the conversation?
He definitely
35
is.
points, 16
He's well
rebounds, 10 assists.
deep in
Jesus
the
Christ.
conversation.
Those are Facu numbers right
Wow.
there. 12 of 18 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, a plus 25.
This is a Jokic game from Giannis.
Yeah.
That's
12
insane.
of 18.
Only 18 shots. Yeah.
That's around the association, guys. That's all of it for today.
That's fun.
Interesting to see the Jazz lose. Denver, not that far away. I mean, they're not that close. I think they're now 5 games behind the Jazz.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's probably they're not going to catch them, especially because I think Utah has a pretty easy schedule in the back half as well. But it just goes to show you, man, it's not that things aren't that far away. Denver moves to 18 and 16. Is Denver 18 and 16?
Yes, they are 18 and 16.
So they're only 2 games above 500. I thought they were 3.
Nuggets?
Yeah.
2 now, I think.
They're now only 2 games. All right, I screwed that
They'll
up
be
earlier on
3
mine.
in 2 days.
But they are 2 in the
Memphis.
loss column ahead of the Clippers, which is nice. They are 3 in the loss column ahead of the Lakers. And now they go to the Mavericks, who are 17 and 18, with a chance to build even more distance there. Honestly, it sounds weird. Their next game against Dallas, kind of a big one in that way. It's so early; these things can change. But if you have a 3-game in the loss column lead
Be
at
nice
the halfway point of being in the play-in, that's really good. That's really good. Doesn't mean you can't drop. It just means you have a lot of wiggle room there. So kind of a sneaky big game for Denver here coming up against Dallas.
I mean, they should win. I don't know. Is Luka playing?
He's out of health and safety as of today, I want to
So
say.
probably playing, maybe questionable.
Yeah.
But his first game back, a game Denver should probably win.
No. So we'll see. Everybody thinks this was a fun one, the Facu game.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah, guys. So you guys, maybe we've talked about this a little bit on our shows or what have you. There was a pretty devastating fire here in Colorado. Almost 700 homes have burned. You guys know, here at DNVR, we love Denver sports, but I think our first love is really Denver, Colorado, like the city. Like, we really love Colorado. We love this city. We love this state. And this has been last week was a really rough week, especially with these fires. What we've done, and this is awesome, in short order, made this shirt and said, hey, buy the shirt. It's really cool. Eric did a great job on the design, but more than anything, 100% of proceeds are going to the victims of this fire, of this wildfire, help people rebuild their lives. We were going to match, and we have matched all the money we raised. What are we up to, Eric? 40,000 plus? $48,000 we have raised together. When I say we, I mean us and you guys. So if you're interested, if you have not heard about this, go to dnvrlocker.com and you can purchase this shirt. Again, what is the price on it, Eric? $40, $35, and
100%.
again, 100% of proceeds go to this.
Awesome.
We're raising so much money. It's really cool, man.
$48,000 raised.
I love my city, man. I love Denver. I love Colorado. It sucked watching this fire. I put a picture outside my back balcony. I could see the flames. It
was terrible,
It was the
man.
craziest thing. You could see them, and it was like 3 miles away from me. But it's still, that's how big the fire was, that it looked like it was right there. The scale of that thing is pretty wild.
It was wild.
So if you guys are thinking about doing a good deed, go ahead and buy that shirt. It's awesome. You get the shirt and you donate to somebody. Hit the like button for us on the way out, guys, and we'll be back again tomorrow.
Let
Brand new
Facu
episode.
grow.
Let Facu grow.